Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 6 of the UK&I Monday Night Skippys live here on RaceSpotTV in support of the Calm Zone. Tonight we are racing at the Mid-Ohio Sport Car Course located just outside of Lexington, Ohio in the United States of America. 2.25 miles in length, 13 turns, 15 laps here tonight in a 28 car strong field, so a little bit smaller than usual, but I can guarantee you it's going to be another one of those fantastic UK&I Monday Night Skippys races that you are used to seeing here on RaceSpotTV. Last time out, Simon Edwards finally managed to get his first win of the season by beating Benny Simonson by 5/1000ths of a second. Probably not going to be that close here today, but we're definitely in for a fantastic race here today at Mid-Ohio. The weather is partly cloudy as always, 65 degrees Fahrenheit in the air, 68 on the track, so a lot of grip for these guys here today. And early in qualifying we saw these guys weaving all over the place like we always do, but don't think they're going to have to do that in the race, so definitely going to be a very interesting one here. Still a couple of minutes left in qualifying, 1.5 minutes actually, and then everybody gets to finish out their laps. Benny Simonson currently on pole position once again. Nathan Wade up in second place though, with Ben Daniels in third at the moment. Nicholas Von Roberts currently out on a lap here as well, see if he can improve, but still a lot to happen here as we count down the final minute of qualifying, so see what happens here. We haven't been on this track in quite a while if I remember correctly, but last time out we had some spectacular crashes, so might see some of that here as well today. Benny Simonson then with his 2 wins leading the way in the championship, and currently leading the way here in qualifying as well. Another 45 seconds left to go, see who can get it. Anthony Catt just put in a provisional pole time by over a tenth, as Benny Simonson improves on that by 12/1000ths of a second just a few seconds later, so still a lot of drivers setting very good times here. Ben Daniels up into 4th place at the minute, coming out of the final corner here. The start finish line here is pretty early, see what he can do. He will not even improve on his lap, so he will stay in 4th place for now, but he's still got 1 more lap to go because the time hasn't run out yet, so it's still everything to play for here. Benny Simonson still on pole position. Simon Edwards all the way down in 9th place though, see if he will be able to improve on that. Otherwise he's going to have a massive amount of work to do here today if he wants to keep up with Benny Simonson, because if Simonson is on pole position and Edwards is all the way back in 9th, I don't think that's going to be a good day for Simon looking at the championship standings. Anthony Catt though still in 2nd place, possible for him to do a lap as well, as we see Ben Daniels pull over there on the side of the road, so he is not going to complete his 2nd lap. Here we have the 29 of Benny Simonson, Anthony Catt there as well in the number 14, see what he can do here. Couple of corners to go here still on his lap. See, where is he going? I think he is down, coming up through the carousel now. Thunder Valley actually, coming up towards the carousel, that would be. Through the final chicane even. I'm way off on the track maps here. Here he comes across the line, but no improvement for him. But Ewan Pattinson, right ahead of him, does improve and goes on to provisional pole. 134.146, that is over half a tenth quicker than Benny Simonson, and I think most of the guys are finishing out their laps here, so I think Ewan Pattinson might actually get this pole position. I think Nicholas Von Roberts might still be out on a lap. Here we have a bunch of cars coming through the final couple of corners. See what's going to happen here. That's the 9 car of Dave M. Dowson is in that group, the 464 as well, coming across the line here, but no major improvements. Anthony P.M. Jones climbs 1 position to 8th, which puts Simon Edwards down to 10th, so that is not what he wanted to see. 464 coming across the line, and Adam Miles as well in the 85 here out on a lap. I'm not sure if this is going to count though, because this is coming down towards turn number 4, so he basically just started this lap, so that would be it for qualifying here today, I think, at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Still got another 15 seconds to go, but everybody is done with their hot laps. So Ewan Pattinson on pole position, 134.145, half a tenth ahead of Benny Simonson in 2nd, with Anthony Catt in 3rd, Adam Miles in 4th, Nathan Wade in 5th, and Ben Daniels in 6th place. Then we got George Mattock in 7th, Anthony P.M. Jones in 8th, Seth Brown in 9th, and Simon Edwards all the way down in 10th position following last week's win. That is going to be interesting to follow. Clark Williams in 11th, Nicholas Von Roberts in P number 12, Dave M. Dowson in 13th, Dave Kirkman in 14th, an old Dave row there, and Andrew Baranowski 15th, Tony Stack in 16th, Barrett Ayton in 17th, Mod Kiko in 18th, Daniel Tufts in 19th, and Ray Peasley in 20th, Alan Patterson 21st, Matt Whiteridge 22nd, Dave Clapham 23rd, Kieran O'Flynn 24th, Peter Cohen 25th, Chris Wright 26th, then Neil Andrews in 27th, and Aaron D. Taylor in 28th as well. Those guys did not set a time, so 28 cars here on the grid tonight, and let's see, I think we are still going to get some people put a lap down. 28 cars, that is, I think, the smallest grid I have ever seen in this series. Might be the nature of the track, because it doesn't allow that many cars. I believe it's limited to 28 pit stalls, so we actually have a full grid for this track here today. It's a little bit unfortunate, but still 28 cars can still put on a massive show. Benny Simmons in here lining up in 2nd place, still waiting for pole sitter Ewan Pattinson to line up, as well as Ben Daniels, who just gridded up back there in 6th place. So we are just awaiting Ewan Pattinson as he takes to the grid. The engines are revving and we are going here at Mid-Ohio. Great getaway there for Pattinson, who takes the lead. Cat looks at the inside of Benny Simonson for 2nd place, but he backs out, so he's going to leave 2nd place to him. Single file already all the way back to, I believe that would be 10th, 11th place there, but now they're all jogging for position here, side by side for 6th and 7th, but they single file it out once again. Simon Edwards making a move on Seth Brown, as well as Daniels making another move on the way to get that position back. There's some smoke there, but no cars off the track yet as we're coming through the keyhole down towards turn number 3, the little kink, and then into turn number 4, which is a great overtaking opportunity here. He's looking to the outside now, and Pattinson blocking off the move from Benny Simonson, but Simonson takes the lead way before the braking zone. Actually, that's a bit surprising. We have a little bit of a move there as well from Ben Daniels in 5th. He's already made up 1 position, having a peek on Adam Miles here, but he's going to stay behind for now. And single file through most of the field. They're a little bit side by side here around Kirkman Baranowski, I believe, and then Phil McDougall and David Clapham back in 26th and 27th having a bit of a scrap, but single file all the way through the S's here now, through this whole pack, which is a bit surprising to see. We usually see some bold moves being made here early on, but at the front, Ewan Pattinson is having a little bit of a look at the inside of Benny Simonson. He chooses to back out though, coming down through Thunder Valley now into the carousel to complete the lap. Nice little chicane here to finish out the lap. You can see some brave moves being made here towards the end of the race if we still have a close battle like this, but Benny Simonson from 2nd place is going to lead the first lap, so definitely not waiting around here, going straight to the front and showing what he's going to be trying to do here today, which is take another win on the season. Anthony P.M. Jones having a look back there for 7th position on George Mattock. Looks like he's going to get it. Simon Edwards coming through as well on Mattock. Almost going to be 3 wide back there, but they're staying 2 by 2 as Anthony P.M. Jones gets Nathan Wade as well. So 2 positions there on that little straightaway up towards the keyhole for Anthony P.M. Jones that time. So up to 6th place for him. Edwards is up to P number 8 now. Nicholas Von Roberts right behind him in 9th as George Mattock drops another position. But at the front, they are going at it. And Anthony Cat has actually moved up to 2nd place. He has a look on the leader as well, but he's going to stay behind. Simonson was just a little bit too late on the brakes. As we have an incident, Anthony P.M. Jones and Nathan Wade has got together and gone off the track. Looks like they are going again. Nathan Wade is anyway in 24th, but Anthony P.M. Jones has called for the tow truck and has retired from the race. They must have had an incident there coming down to turn number 4 at the end of the little back straightaway now. The 24 car of Nathan Wade trying to recover whatever he can from that. He's down to 25th now. He was inside the top 5. But we're going to get a replay. Yeah, P.M. Jones just misses his braking point, just runs into the back of Nathan Wade. Be hard to see from that angle, but it just looked like he just missed, absolutely overshot his braking point, and nothing Nathan can do there. Here we have another replay. P.M. Jones at the inside. You can see Edwards on the outside there. And yeah, he's just too late on the brakes. Maybe he didn't expect Wade to turn in like that, I'm not sure, but anyway, I believe that's on PM Jones, and he is still towing back to the garage. Might be in a spare car, we'll see if he gets back on the track. But for now, side by side for the lead, Anthony Cat on the outside of Benny Simmons, and he had the overlap a little bit there for a moment, but he gets sideways in the keyhole, and that's going to drop him all the way back down to 5th. Does an amazing job to hold on to that. Tried the outside, just went a little bit too hard, and now he's going to have to start all over again. Ewan Pattinson back into 2nd place. Adam Miles now back in 3rd. And Daniels now climbed up to 4th place from starting in P number 6. So an amazing job by him. And behind these guys, Simon Edwards is already up to 6th place. Here we have Clark Williams going at it with George Mathick for P number 9 and 10. Back there, Baranowski as well having a look, but they go back single file. Coming in through turn 4-5 here, down through the S's. So it's a good overtaking opportunity if you can into turn number 4, but then through 5 and 6 you generally want to be single file, because if you're side by side, if you're on the outside, there's a big risk you're going to run off the track, and on top of that you're both going to lose out a massive amount of time. And we already see the gap here from Cat in 5th down to Simon Edwards in 6th is up to almost 2 seconds, and then also the gap from Seth Brown in 8th down to Clark Williams in 9th, who we see just ahead here in the green car. That gap is up to 1.5 seconds because of them battling so early on in the race. But Baranowski right on the back here of George Mathick. You can see him sideways all the way around the carousel. That's going to compromise his speed onto the start finish straight here. Going to let Mathick and Williams get away a little bit. Mathick has a look at the inside of Williams, but he backs out again. Things wisely there, goes in behind him. Now he's going to get the draft down the next straightaway here, and he might be able to do something coming down to Keyhole. Has an early look up the inside, not going to use the draft whatsoever. Slots back in behind Clark Williams again, so he might actually do it coming down into turn number 4, as Tony Stack behind here is making a move on Dave Kirkman, and he is going to get that move done, and he's going to move up into 13th position. Kirkman back to 14th, which is where he started. So 3 positions gained for Stack, but they're still racing coming down the straightaway here, side by side still, as that's actually behind where Aiton Barrett is going at it as well on Dave Kirkman, and gains a position. So Kirkman going to lose too, but Kirkman still on the inside here, going to look to get that position back. That's actually Barrett on the inside of Kirkman, going to try and get that position back, but Kirkman is going to hold him off. So only 1 position lost there for Kirkman, back down to P number 14. Still going at it here, looking back from Nicholas Von Roberts on Clark Williams. He's got George Mathick just ahead as well, but Mathick's pulled a little bit of a gap, so this is the main battle here. Andrew Baranowski right on the back of Williams, looking for an opening anywhere he can find it. But it's not going to be easy to make moves around this track. This goes a little bit into the grass. There is Nicholas Von Roberts coming into the carousel again to complete lap number 4 here, this time a little bit left-hander, and then straight onto the start-finish line. And Simon Edwards is not keeping up with the lead group anymore. If you're looking back at the front, 2.4 seconds now the gap is open up to. So Edwards and Brown 6th and 7th, they are not keeping up with the leaders. And then we have this group here of Mathick, Von Roberts and Clark Williams 8th on back, all the way down to 18th actually, where Aaron D. Taylor is. So a massive group. But back at the front here, Benny Simonson is still leading the way ahead of Ewan Pattinson, with Adam Miles in 3rd, but Daniels in 4th, and Anthony Cat holding on to that 5th position after getting sideways in the carousel a couple of laps ago. Here comes Adam Miles, now has a look on the outside of Ewan Pattinson, see what he can do. They're going to be absolutely side by side coming into the braking zone, but Miles brakes a little bit earlier. Pattinson on the inside, he gets the position back. Now they're single file again here coming through the S's, but it's going to compromise the speed slightly. Adam Miles all over the back of Pattinson here, but not able to make the move down. So maybe now coming down to Thunder Valley here, the next right-hander might be a good overtaking opportunity, or maybe coming out of the carousel if you can set it up right. But the 2 main overtaking opportunities definitely into Keyhole, turn number 2, and then down to turn number 4. The rest are quite a bit tricky unless you can get a run or the car in front of you makes a mistake. And if you make a move and you don't make it stick, you're both once again going to lose a massive amount of time. As Anthony Cat now close right to the back of these guys again, a long train of cars, as we get a replay here of Neil Andrews coming up the inside trying to make a move, and then just loses the back end of the car, and that's going to drop him a couple of positions, now down to 25th. That was Kieran O'Flynn and Matt Whiteridge who was battling there, I believe, for around P number 20, as Alan Patterson has gone off the track as well, losing a couple of positions here. Nothing major, but 3 positions in a straightaway. That's usually means that you've been out in the grass somewhere you're not supposed to be. Now coming out of the keyhole again, down towards the kink, down to turn number 4. See, looks like Pattinson is right on the back of Simonsen here. Might be able to make a move for the lead. Pattinson is going to go defensive super early, holding the inside through the kink. Side by side, Pattinson actually backs off and goes from behind, and then he has another look out up the outside. So let off to try and get him behind, but had too much overspeed, so he had to make another move. Miles closes back in, and nothing being done here. I'm wondering if maybe Pattinson and Simonsen are trying to just work together here to get away from these other 3. We usually see that happening here at the front, but 5-car group, that's nothing easy to get away from when you're 2 at the front. On the other hand, Simon Edwards in 6th place is actually dropped to over 3 seconds behind now. So the draft from the lead car here is definitely working in Simonsen's favor, or maybe Edwards, who just qualified in 10th place, might not have the speed around here. So that means last week's win is even more important, as he definitely needed points. This might actually end up being a drop week for Edwards if he doesn't pick his pace up. He's currently lapping over 3/10 of the pace compared to the leaders, who pretty much all just set their fastest laps of the race. Anthony Cat actually put the fastest lap of the race at 1:34.6, while Edwards is doing 1:35.0, so almost 4/10 slower that time around, as we have another move here. Pattinson once again looking on the outside of Simonsen, who's keeping hold of that inside line, going into every single corner around this track, not letting Pattinson have a look up the inside. Sorry, here he comes again, has a look up the inside, but Simonsen is there, closing the door quickly now, outside around the kink. And Simonsen hugging that white line all the way around the kink, now coming down to the next corner. Pattinson has the overlap on the outside, he's got his nose up ahead. Can he be later on the brakes? It looks like he's actually going to be able to do it this time in turn number 4 into 5. He's going to have the inside. Simonsen holds it around the outside, though they're still going to be side by side coming down into the S's. This is going to cost them so much time, but they're side by side still. Now down through the S's into 7, into turn number 8, coming down towards Thunder Valley 9 and 10. They're still side by side, and Miles back there in 3rd, wondering where am I supposed to go in all of this. He does not want to sit behind these guys, and Simonsen finally manages to get clear of Pattinson. Now Miles is up the inside of Pattinson, going to have the outside in the next kink. He backs out wisely, so they're all single file again, coming into the carousel as it goes a bit wide. Miles going to have a little bit of a look again, but stays behind. Now we're on board here with Cat, so that's Miles right in front of him. Pattinson was lucky there to not lose the back end of his car. That could have sent him flying straight across the track and maybe collect Miles and possibly Cat as well. But Simonsen, what an effort to hold off Pattinson there, and side by side all the way from turn number 4 down to turn number 10. That is one of the best pieces of racing I think I've ever seen around this track, and no contact whatsoever. Both drivers being super respectful, as he's back on the outside again here. Pattinson trying to get around Simonsen in the keyhole. That is not going to work, so here comes Adam Miles up the inside, but with the outside line, Pattinson is going to have the overspeed. Here comes Cat as well, throws it up the inside of Miles, almost ran into the back of him. 2 by 2 again. Ben Daniel sitting back there just looking, trying to find an opening. You can see Simon Edwards back there. He closed over half a second on that last lap. They're actually going to be 3 wide coming down into turn number 4. Simonsen on the inside, Miles on the outside. Miles backs out. They're side by side once again through turn number 4. Pattinson on the inside here through turn number 5, and then Simonsen gets clear, so he's going to have the optimal line and lead coming back down to turn number 6 into the SS. But Cat has a look on Adam Miles. He's going to back out again, but then there's Daniels trying to make a move for P number 4, but he backs out as well. So down into Thunder Valley again, they're going to be single file once more, and the gap down to Simon Edwards now down to 2 seconds. He's loving all of this happening in front of him. That last lap he actually gained 1.1 seconds on these guys, and this time he's going to gain some more. So couple more laps of this, and Simon Edwards is right in the battle here for the lead, coming to complete lap number 8. So we're past halfway, 7 laps to go, and still anything to play for here for these top 5 guys, and possibly even Simon Edwards back there in 6th. He was dropping back, but now when they're battling, he is closing in. That time around he only gained about 2 to 3 tenths on the lead pack, and all 5 cars going wide over the curb. They're into the gravel. The 27 on Ben Daniels went a little bit wider than the others, so that's going to cost him some time. And that might actually give Edwards some draft coming down the next straightaway. Still about 2 seconds back though, so a little too far back I think, but a couple more tenths here and he might be able to sneak up on these guys. But now single file coming down the straightaway. Cat has a look on the outside of Adam Miles. You'll see him pop into the picture here any moment now as they come through the kink. Leader Simonson is covering the inside. Pattinson goes wide on the outside, trying to get around again. He's almost did it a couple of laps ago. And Cat holds it around the outside of Miles as well. So 2 by 2 once again. Ben Daniels back there looking for an opening. Miles get clear of Cat, but the leaders are still side by side. Pattinson on the left, Simonson on the right, and Pattinson comes through here as they go through 7 down to turn number 8. It's Simonson with a double inside here. Pattinson turns in. Oh, they almost made contact. I don't know if they did, but great work there from Simonson to realize what was about to happen. Turns back out. Here's Miles on the inside now. Pattinson gets the outside in the next corner, which is going to get Pattinson clear, but then he's got the overlap on Simonson, so the door is still going to be wide open for Miles, and Pattinson tries it around the outside of the carousel. Wow, these guys going at it all the way around the track. Here is Miles now looking for another opening, but he gets clear there. Pattinson with the inside line, so Simonson holds on to the lead. Pattinson gets clear in second. He has a look into turn number 1 as well. I think there is not a single corner now where he's not tried to overtake Benny Simonson. Simonson obviously going to have a massive overspeed coming down now towards the keyhole. And Miles has a look up the inside of Pattinson as well. And here comes Cat up the outside. Almost going to be 3 wide here, but I think it's just going to be 2 by 2 again. Pattinson once more on the outside of Simonson. He's going to have great speed now coming down the straightaway, but Miles is there, so he can't move in. There he's clear. Miles now moves into the line, gets the little bit of draft. Simonson holding that inside line tightly. There is not a single inch of space in there. Almost make contact there. Miles as they go 3 wide here for third, 2 wide for the lead. Miles in the middle, Daniels on the inside, going to try and get 2 positions here, but it looks like it's going to be Cat on the outside who holds off both these cars. And look at this, Simon Edwards, 2 laps of side-by-side racing, and Edwards has caught up. There is now 6 cars battling for the lead as Pattinson has the inside again through 7, and he gets clear. Pattinson gets clear of Benny Simonson, but he does not manage to close the door early enough. Simonson comes right back now down towards the carousel, and he is clear. Benny Simonson has lost the lead to Ewan Pattinson, and Cat is right there as well. We're on board here with Miles. Ben Daniels making a move up the inside as well, but he backs out, and Simon Edwards is right there. One little slip from these guys, and what looked like a certain top 5 position will all of a sudden turn into number 6. But at the front, it is Ewan Pattinson leading the way. 5 laps to go. He finally managed to get the move done. Now, how many laps will it take Benny Simonson to get that position back? You can see now Pattinson holding the inside line as tightly as he can. Anthony Cat is right there. Simonson has already got past. He does not get clear though coming into keyhole. He has to take a wide entry, and he managed to undercut him coming to the exit. What a move from Benny Simonson. He absolutely just undercuts him. But there is Anthony Cat as well, and he's going to hold the inside of the 3 wide coming down through the king. Anthony Cat is currently in the lead, and all of a sudden he's going to go from 3rd to 1st in 1.5 corners. What a move. Simonson made an absolutely amazing undercut there on Pattinson, or crossover I should say, to get up the inside, but then Cat did the same on Simonson, but he does not manage to hold it coming down to turn number 4 where he's way too early on the brakes. So Simonson somehow managed to get that lead back in half a lap after losing it. It took Pattinson a good 5 or 6 laps to get there, and then as soon as Pattinson gets in the lead, Simonson says nope and takes it right back. Just shows the skill of this driver. I mean, 8,500 I rating, that is not something that you just get from running regularly. You need some sort of speed to be able to do that, and he's showing that here today. What an absolutely amazing drive, coming to complete lap number 11 here. So 4 laps to go of this race, and Simon Edwards is very much in this discussion now. And you can see Nicholas Von Roberts and George Mattock back there in 7th and 8th. They're only 1.3 seconds back as well, so this might as well turn into an 8-car battle before this is over. Benny Simonson wide on the grass there again. Pattinson with the run, but the inside is being covered off. Can Pattinson do the same as what Simonson did last time? Take a wide arc here, then cut in behind him, get the inside as we have a crash behind. Ben Daniels is going off into the grass. I'm not really sure what happened there. It looked like he might have had contact with Simon Edwards, but he is out of the race. Ben Daniels has parked it on the side of the road and retired the car. That is very unfortunate from 5th place, but here comes Pattinson on the outside. Once again, he's got half a car ahead coming down into the braking zone. They're going to be side by side again through turn number 4, then inside for Pattinson into turn number 5, then inside for Simonson down into turn number 6, and Cat is right there just waiting for an opening to get involved in this. Super wide there on the exit now. Pattinson back on the inside, and they're still side by side coming down to turn number 8, down into turn number 9, and Simonson gets clear again. He gets to move down there where he has to double inside turn 8 and 9 down into Thunder Valley. That's where Simonson gets clear just about every single time, but Pattinson is not giving up. He's all over the back of Simonson right here, and now Edwards is up into 5th with that little incident with Daniels, and we can see him here. Oh, he just dives up the inside of Adam Miles, completely misses the braking point and just comes across the front end of Adam Miles. So Simon Edwards has nothing to do with that. It was actually past both of them by the time that happened. So that was all on Ben Daniels. Unfortunate for him, dropping out then from 6th place. But now Nicholas Von Roberts and George Mattock has joined the battle. So 7 cars battling for the lead, and Clark Williams back there only 2 seconds back in 8th. So if anything happens, he's right there. Less than 3 laps to go though. Still Benny Simonson leading the way as we see the next battle back here. That's Taylor Kirkman, Tuff, Stack Dowson, Aiton and Kiko battling from 11th down to 18th as Nathan Way joins in the battle as well. Looks like Taylor has got a little bit of a lead on these guys though, as they're 3 wide for the lead. Again on the outside is Anthony Catt. He can't hold it out there either. Pattinson had the middle. He's now ahead again of Benny Simonson. Can he get clear here? Coming around turn number 5. Still a bit of an overlap, so Simonson with the inside into turn number 6. They're side by side back there as well. Adam Miles looking on Anthony Catt. He can't get it done, so Edwards comes in as well, trying to get that 4th position away. And then Von Roberts is right there as well now, as we have contact, and there's a car going in the air. Adam Miles climbs over the back of Ewan Pattinson's cars, goes flying into the barrier. So that is, I think, race over for the win, as Benny Simonson just goes away with the lead. Not really sure what happened there, but Adam Miles just absolutely climbed over the back of Ewan Pattinson's car. Here we have a replay. Oh, Pattinson cuts in. He didn't realize Miles was there. He cut off Miles' line while Miles was already there. And looks like Simon Edwards actually got through that, so that was Anthony Catt that got pulled into that as well. And Simon Edwards started 10th. He's up into 2nd position. Here we're on board with Simon Edwards. See what he did. Oh, that is so close. Catt had nowhere to go, and Edwards just turned in and managed to somehow get through that. George Mattock right behind him. And Nicholas Von Roberts, who started in 12th, is up into 4th place. Clark Williams, who started 11th, is up to 5th. And Andrew Baranowski behind him in 6th, started 15th. But this is now the battle that we will follow. Just over a lap to go. Lap and a half coming down into turn number 4 here. Benny Simonson has pulled away with the lead, but the battle for 2nd is on. Mattock on the inside. Von Roberts tries to get around the outside, but he can't hold it. So Mattock holds on to 3rd place. Simon Edwards though, what a drive up into 2nd place. See if he can hold on to this. I'm not really sure this is what he expected when he started in 10th place, but anything he can get. He's got a couple of freebies here as well, but great racing from him. They're not very far behind Simonson though, still 2 seconds, so unless Simonson makes a mistake, it's pretty much up to him whether he's going to win this race or not. Coming down through Thunder Valley up towards the carousel to start the final lap of this race. Benny Simonson with a 2-second lead here. We still have the battle on board with Nicholas Von Roberts behind George Mattock and Simon Edwards currently racing 2nd, 3rd and 4th. And Ewan Pattinson actually managed to get going from that, as well as Anthony Catt in 8th and 9th place. So both of those guys are still going inside the top 10. So not too much of a loss for those guys, but obviously not as good as 1st and 2nd, which is what they probably hope to be. A little bit wide there coming over the curb for George Mattock here. We're on the final lap. These guys are actually closing in slightly on Benny Simonson, but I think that he might have slowed down a little bit as we have a lockup there from Simon Edwards. A massive lockup. That's going to send him well wide, but it's going to have the better exit speed still. George Mattock on the inside. Here comes Vaughan Roberts. He cuts over to the right. He's going to get the inside line now, but it looks like the outside has actually been a little bit quicker. See what they will do here. Edwards holds the inside though ahead, so they're going to be 3 wide for second place coming down into turn number 4. Looks like Vaughan Roberts is actually going to get that position. Edwards holds the inside though, but Vaughan Roberts with the outside line gets the better speed, and he is going to be clear coming into turn number 5, so he gets second position. Benny Simmons are now driving away with the win as these guys keep battling back here. Salmon Edwards back on the outside now, looking to make a move on Nicholas Vaughan Roberts. He will be clear coming down to turn number 8. Now down into 9, Edwards pokes it back up the inside. That's where the incident happened a couple of laps ago. Great covering there though from Vaughan Roberts. He gets a great exit speed coming down through 10. 3 corners to go. Where is Simon Edwards going to go? He's going to look to the left. Oh, he's going to be sliding over to the curb there a little bit too wide. I think he pushed a little bit too hard there. Looks like he will not be able to do anything. Mattock, gets close as well. But here comes Benny Simmons across the finish line to win at Mid-Ohio. Vaughan Roberts holds on to second place, and Clark Williams up to 5th. Behind him, Brown Baranowski and Pattinson is racing, but that's going to be Brown holding on to 6th place there. Pattinson actually closed up to those guys, but was not able to do anything. And then this third battle that we had, Aaron D. Taylor comes out first, and that one to finish 10th from starting 28th. I think he was the second to last car to start here today. We actually had 29 cars grid up in the end. Aaron D. Taylor from second to last on the grid up to 10th. What a drive from him. As we have Peter Cohen, Patterson, Peasley and Whiteridge here as well come over the line to finish 19th down through 22nd. Phil McDougall going to be in 23rd here as well, and then don't think we have any more battles. All the cars come in one by one. So let's go through post-race results. Benny Simmons with one of the biggest wins of the season, over 2 seconds. Down to Nick Vaughan Roberts and Simon Edwards in 3rd and George Mattock in 4th, and Clark Williams with an outstanding drive to come home in the top 5 here today. Seth Brown in 6th, Andrew Baranowski in 7th, Ewan Pattinson in 8th, Anthony Catt recovers to finish 9th, and then Aaron D. Taylor, like we said, from 28th up to 10th place. What a race from him. Daniel Tubbs in 11th, Dave Kirkman in 12th, Tony Stack 13th, Dave Dowson in 14th, Nathan Wade in 15th, Barrett Ayton in 16th, Motkiko 17th, Kieran O'Flynn in 18th, Peter Cohen in 19th, and Alan Patterson in 20th. Then we have Ray Peasley 21st, Matt Whiteridge 22nd, Phil McDougall 23rd, David Clapton 24th, Neil Andrews in 25th, and Adam Miles in 26th. So 26 out of 29 cars finishing on the lead lap. That's got to be some sort of a record as well. Despite a few cars going off the track, some contact and some wall hits, pretty much everybody is able to get through, and just shows that these guys, they are not giving up. They're just going to keep on going as long as they can. So the first driver to show up for an interview here today is Nathan Wade. Nathan, you started in 5th, had a bit of an incident there, dropped down the field and was able to race back up to 15th. Talk us through your race.
Hi guys. Yeah, a bit of a disappointing race there. I haven't done much practice this week, and I was quite shocked with how much pace I actually had around this track. Like, I felt very confident. I did just look back at the incident, because I initially I thought I broke a little bit too early, because I was being very cautious because of obviously how slippy the cars are in the first few laps. But I don't know. I think it's just a racing incident. I think Anthony went for a gap that I kind of shut a little bit. I did move over, but it's up for debate. I feel like I'm in the wrong there, but it's a shame really. I did feel like I had very good pace there and could have had a podium, but oh well. Although I am glad I managed to fight my way back through the pack after it. I think I did have a little bit of damage on the rear, but I managed to get a 15th, so I'm happy with it, to be fair.
It's always nice to see a bit of a recovery drive when you have an early incident, still able to get up through almost half the field anyway, as we see the incident here. A bit of a 50-50. I thought he missed the braking point, but maybe you turned in too early, not too sure. But as long as you had a fun race, that's all that matters. Anybody you want to send a shout out to?
just you guys, obviously, for running the broadcast and Alan for running the league. You guys do a great job every week, so keep it up. Other than that, cheers for having me, guys.
Thanks for joining us, and see you again next week. Next up we have race winner Benny Simonson. It looked like it was a hard battle there with you and Pattinson for quite a while, side by side from turn 4 down to turn number 9 a couple of times, and then something happened and you was able to just drive away with the win. Talk us through how that was for you, Benny.
Yeah, that was a mega battle with you and Anthony. Yeah, sorry, those guys obviously had a bit unlucky, but yeah, up to that point it was probably one of the best races I've been involved in on Monday night Skippys. So yeah, really good fun.
It was great to watch and great to see you guys battling without having that massive draft around half the track. So is that your third win now of the season, I believe, or fourth even? Third win on the season. So how is that looking for you for the rest of the season? You're going to keep on going, try to get going to try and get the championship now, or how is that looking for you?
No, I'm just trying to get some wins. As I said previous, I
right.
Very sure I can't do all the rounds anyway. So, and obviously got a few DNFs already. So I think I'm very well out of that battle. But just see if we can get some wins. It's always fun trying to get some.
Well, it's always great seeing you on the track. Just how fast you are. Anybody you want to send a shout out to before we let you go?
I just want to say thanks for a good race to you and Ant. That was why we race. I think those super races once in a while when it's not too draft heavy and we get some proper racing in. So shout out to those guys. That was really awesome fun.
Hope to see more of that. Thank you for joining us, Benny, and hopefully see you again next week. Next up we have George Mattock. Started 7th, finished 4th. Looked like a pretty good race for you. Talk us through it.
Yeah, hey guys. Close one today. I thought I could have had second there. I was feeling a bit optimistic, trying to get past Simon when the incident happened in front of us. But I was being really careful because another car contact, I think that would have probably sent me over the 15 incident points, but I think I was on 11, maybe 10 or 11. I was just being super cautious. But yeah, plenty of space. I left Nick at the space to do his move on the last lap. So yeah, really good fun. I had a bit of a shock in the first 2 laps actually. I dropped right down the pack. I lost like 4 places. Got really frustrated with myself because I kept going off at the hairpin. But managed to find my way back up. Could have had second, but 4th place is still my best result. So
it was an amazing race to watch and looked just as fun out there on the track. Anybody you want to send a shout out to before we let you go?
Shout out to you guys, of course, for the broadcast, and shout out to Simon and Nick because that was very intense, very close, and great fun. Even if I didn't come out in front of those guys, but always nice to race nice and clean. And of course Alan as well for running the league.
Amazing battle to watch. Thank you for joining us, George. Hope to see you as well again next week. Next up we have one of the biggest movers, not the biggest mover, but still started 15th and came home in 7th. Pretty eventful race for you there, Andrew, gaining a lot of positions. Talk us through how your race went.
Hey, good evening. Yeah, that was really good fun. I didn't do much practice this week, I'll be honest. It was Nürburgring week on the GT3s, so I sort of spent more of my time doing that. But no, I really enjoyed it. As you say, managed to make some places early on and got stuck in with a bit of a train of guys who were all sort of trying to catch up to that lead pack. Managed to get a few freebies out of it, but overall just I really enjoyed the track. I wished that I'd played it more throughout the week and managed to pick up a reasonable finishing position, so very happy.
Looked like an amazing race for you there, but how is it coming into a race like this with a competitive feel like this and not having much practice at all?
I mean, it shows with my my qualifying position, I suppose, but managed to make something of it, thankfully, and stayed out of trouble. I guess that's one of the main things with Monday Night Skippy, right? You got to keep your nose clean and keep it on the track to be in any sort of chance.
And of course, have a lot of fun. Anybody you want to send a shout out to?
Yeah, my mate Seth. We had a great battle on that last lap, and he just pit me. So well done, Seth. Nice racing.
Congratulations to him, and thank you, Andrew, for joining us. And finally, we have Simon Edwards, qualified 10th, which is, I think, one of your worst qualifying efforts I've ever seen you do in the Monday Night Skippies. But you recovered well up to second and then lost to third just there on the last lap. Talk us through your race, Simon.
Yeah, qualifying. I just got in with the wrong pack, so I just kept catching them and losing time. So so my lone lap on cold tyres was my best lap. But so the race I was a bit nervous starting 10th, but I did make my way forward a couple of places reasonably easy, and then I thought me and Nick would be able to hop over each other, and then Nick made a big mistake as soon as he hopped over me. So then I was just watching the guys ahead. And it was a good battle. It was such a good battle that I wasn't lapping very quick because I was watching what they were doing so much. So, but I did creep up on them slowly anyway, and got there in the end. But as you know, it was I moved forward partly because of the incidents there, of which I managed to only just avoid one of them.
Yeah, we saw that from on board your car. Looked like a great move there up the inside, but you were there. I mean, you had a chance to win, so had that not happened, do you think you would have had a chance to get the win, or had you settled for second or third?
I think I would have been happy with third if the whole pack was still there. So, but yeah, obviously a win I would have loved, but I think it would have been extremely difficult to get up the front. As Nick showed, whoever's got the best run at the end there, down to I don't know, corner 6, corner 5 and then 6. As long as you can stay in control of your car on the outside there, that's the best run, and that's what Nick got. I tried to keep my wheel in to force him wide, maybe get him on to go on the grass by accident, but he's too good for that.
Well, it was a great finish nonetheless, even though Benny pulled away a little bit there at the end. So still, congratulations on third place. Anybody you want to send a shout out to before we let you
go? A shout out to RaceSpot as usual. The coverage last week was great. I really enjoyed watching that. And my sponsor Masternaut as well. Just leave it at that.
Thank you, Simon. And that's it for post-race interviews today here at Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course. Another fantastic race here in the UK&I Monday Night Skippies. Next week we head to Oran Park Raceway for round number 7. Same time, same place here on RaceSpotTV. My name is Linus Broström, and Ugulis has always been doing the amazing job on the cameras. Join us same time, same place next week for the UK&I Monday Night Skippies here on RaceSpotTV in support of the Comzone. Until then, take care everybody, stay safe and have a good night. Goodbye.